And there's only one history lesson here, friends. Putin will finish off Russia. Russian men in particular. Well, it was to be expected.
Russians are once again packing their bags, storming the borders, and fleeing en masse from Arefia. And all because it seems Putin has dared to launch a new wave of mobilization, followed by mobilization, sending people to their graves.
This will be completed and done with utmost speed.
Yes, Russians, you heard right. Putin is preparing a covert. Reservists are being called up in 2026 amid insane losses, as reported by the Institute for the Study of War. So how was it? Kiev in 3 days, right?
We are not responsible for the deaths of these people.
That's precisely what I have no doubt about. And what else could be symbolic indicators? And right now, it has been exactly 3 months since Putin and Gerasimov, from the bunker, first announced to the whole world the alleged capture of the city of Kupyansk.
The forces of the West Group have liberated the city of Kupyansk and continue to destroy the formations of the armed forces of Ukraine, which are surrounded on the left bank of the Oskil River.
Yes, after that, they supposedly captured Kupyansk in their dreams about 10 more times, obviously. But in reality, in the city of Kupyansk, located within the Kharkiv region, which is currently under the steady control of the defense forces, there are at this moment only about 30 to 40 people remaining in the northern part of the city. So far, there have been no Russian occupiers. They are surrounded by Ukrainian units and cannot receive reinforcements. So what will this geostrategist say now?
He unexpectedly appeared right in the middle of my conversation with the group of military personnel.
And yes, by the way, for the military audience, and do you know why else Putin, beyond just his fear of having to have a face-to-face meeting with Zelensky, will soon announce a new wave of mobilization in Russia? It's simple. Greetings from Ivan Musk.
Today we are experiencing an extremely urgent need for the Starlink system. We need your help.
Elon Musk is disrupting the Russian offensive. Putin's spring military campaign is in serious doubt.
Or rather, that's not quite right. There are actually no questions at all, just like there is no Russian offensive. Without Starlink, somehow they just can't manage.
Immediately after the Starlink terminals were effectively blocked, the Russian army rapidly began switching to Telegram to maintain at least a necessary level of communication on the front line. But the very next day, the messenger was declared enemy software, after which it stopped working as well.
Why aren't you laughing? Isn't it funny?
You didn't get it, did you? This is Russia!
This is Russia, that's putting it mildly. Both covered with fiberglass, and he saw it coming. And these are already the results, concrete results for the Russian soldiers. Without Starlink.
For example, here's how it works now. A tank on the front line. There's a small Starlink V5 on the tank. I know, it costs 35,000 rubles at the moment. It's installed on every tank. Through this Starlink, the guys working from the tank access the internet. On a tablet or phone, they get a live feed from a Mavic drone flying high above, and so they fire from the tank, and the shells, they can see in real time exactly where their shells are landing. This is adjustment. This is truly next level stuff. At the same time, using voice communication over the internet, they stay in touch with the commander, and the commander gives them instructions on where to fire. At this house, the next house, this trench, and so on. If all of this were to collapse, then we would, for example, roll back, perhaps even to the previous century.
Well, for Russia, the last century has already arrived. Here you go, sign for it. While Putin is betting on the West's fatigue, the myth of the inevitable victory of electronic warfare is falling apart. This is reported by Forbes. At the front, the Russian army is experiencing exhaustion and losses without gaining any advantage. Oh, they say Putin is feeling really unwell.
I sincerely apologize to you, and I am deeply sorry.
Well, it's too late to apologize now. It's too late to drink mineral water when you've already lost the war. Here's what The Economist writes. The Russian army is losing its chances of victory in Ukraine, and diplomatic negotiations are not providing the Kremlin with a way out of the crisis. Moving from theory to practice, let's focus on temporarily occupied Crimea, a sacred place for Putin. It's burning so brightly now. It's truly a sight to behold.
Crimea is rumbling again. Explosions at military sites, drones over the peninsula, and damaged Russian air defenses. Just look at it.
Right next to it.
But it's clear that this week, that disgraceful and failed mishap called the Crimean Bridge was struck once again. But get used to it, there's no other way.
On the night of February 17th, the governor of Sevastopol announced one of the longest attacks on the peninsula. That same night, the Crimean bridge was closed with hundreds of cars stuck in traffic jams and trains delayed.
So, friends, it's 2026. For Ukraine, militarily, the year begins like this. The Ukrainian forces are active, and here are the actual results. Russia was clearly not prepared for this Ukrainian offensive. And that's a good thing. From February 11th to 15th, Ukraine's defense forces recaptured territory from the Russian occupiers. 201 square kilometers of land, which became the largest advance by Ukrainian troops in the past 2.5 years.